Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Thrifty Finds and Flips. My name is Angie and I love to shop and find old things and turn them into something new again. I've been watching YouTube channels for a few years and I've learned a lot from the YouTube crafters that I watch, and I really appreciate what they do. They do beautiful jobs, and I would just thought maybe I could do it also and share my crafts with you and hopefully give you some ideas. And this is just something I really love to do, and I just wanted to share it with others. So once again, thanks for joining, and let's get started. So as you see here, I took some junk mail. You can use this junk mail you get in the mail, and taped off this clock, the face of the clock, and I'm going to paint around the base here because as you can see it's peeling and scratched up, so I'm going to paint that and then we'll see what happens. So I'm going to use this Dixie Belle in the color Buttercream. I really like this color, and I'm going to paint this clock. I had to put a little water in my paint because it was pretty thick. I haven't used it in a while, so I had to thin it a little bit. Here's the first coat, and I'm going to let this dry and then put on a second coat. While the clock's drying here, I'm going to paint this cutting board and this rolling pin, and all these items I got at Goodwill for $3 or less, and I'm going to paint these up also and maybe put a stencil or something on it. I'll figure it out, but here's the before, and I'm going to paint it and we'll see what happens. Hello everyone, this is Angie again, and I'm just filming here some projects I'm finishing up. I painted this round cutting board and the ends of this rolling pin. I'm going to have to put another coat on it, and I'm going to put a stencil here on this cutting board. Farm Fresh. So I'm going to do that, and what I do is use a little bit of black paint and a makeup sponge. This works really good. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I just lightly tap with the sponge here. So again, I won't bore you. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll come back here in a little bit. Alright, I got this stenciled here, and I'm going to pull it off. It's not perfect, but it's okay. We're going to sand it a little bit after it dries. And I gotta wait and let that dry. So while my cutting board is drying, I'm gonna finish painting the ends of this rolling pin here, and I thinking about putting a stencil on this. Or not a stencil, a transfer. Transfers are real easy to work with. They really brighten things up and make them look a lot prettier. So I'm gonna do that. You know, it's really relaxing too when you paint. It is for me. It just, I don't know, it just makes you feel relaxed and happy. I watch a lot of crafters on YouTube, and they really do beautiful jobs on their projects. I love it. I love watching them and getting new ideas and fresh ideas, yeah. Alright, we'll let this dry too, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm moving on to my next project here, and I've been painting these little bottles here, these little glass bottles. They're really cute, painted, and put some little flowers in them. I've already painted this one. And this is one I did a few years ago. I painted it and put some ribbon on it, a little emblem, and put a flower in it, and it's really cute. I like it. And also this teacup picture, I got this from a tea room I used to work at. And my friend had a tea room, and I worked there for a little over a year, and she had to shut it down. But it was a really fun place to work. I worked with my friends, and we had a good time. But I got that there, and I'm thinking about painting the frame. I don't know. What do y'all think? But I really like the details too on the frame, and if I painted it, it would bring out the details a lot more, I think, and distress it a little. But anyway, that's my next project here. But you just take a bottle and clean it up and paint it. And I have a flea market booth nearby, about 15 minutes away, that I craft things and I put them in my booth and sell them. Sometimes I keep things that I want to put in my house. But yeah, I enjoy it. I've been at the flea market now I have a flea market booth there for, it's probably been 8 years. Altogether longer than that. I've had different booths there off and on, but this last time I've been there for a while. I'm not a very organized person. I just figure it out as I go. Alright, we'll let that dry and we'll come back. Alright, here's a picture I found at Goodwill. I bought it for $1. It was on a Sunday. The color was $1 that day. And I cleaned it all up. It was very dirty. And I'm going to paint this frame. I'm going to paint it a different color. So I'll move this aside here. my little turntable. And I'll get started on this, painting it. So I've got the color buttercream right here, this Dixie Belle buttercream, and I'm going to paint this frame. Alright, I got the first coat on here. We're going to let it dry. So when you put your first coat on, it doesn't have to look perfect. You just want to cover up that brown. And we'll just let this sit and dry and move on to our next project. Okay, my next project I'm going to work on are these old vintage wooden pitchers, and I got about 3, 4, 5 of these sitting here I need to do, and I'm going to work on this one. I already painted it once, and I'm going to give it another coat here. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry and we'll come back to it. I thought I'd share this with all of you here. It's an old picture frame I did probably a year ago, and it's just like a really old picture frame. It had a picture of a little girl in it, but with the little plastic cover. But I painted the frame. It was this old tan color here, and I painted it and distressed it, and then I decoupaged this picture on here on this paper back here, and hot glued some old jewelry pieces on, and I thought it was pretty cute. I've got it hanging in my craft room here. But this is one of my older projects that I thought I would share with you all. So I took one of these transfers. I got these at Dollar Tree, and I took one and peeled the top off, the back off right here, and the paper, peel the back off, and you center it onto a piece you want to transfer it onto, and then you take, I'd use my nail and kind of go over, scratch over, and then slowly peel it back off, and there's the cute little horse. That transferred onto the little glass bottle I painted. So that's that, and This is a glass bottle I also painted here. I'm waiting for it to dry. It's not all the way dry. And here's the little bottle I painted. It's drying too. And this here is a jar container, ceramic. And when I bought it at Goodwill, it didn't have a lid. It was one of those canisters with a duck decor on it. And I painted over it and distressed it. And this would make a good utensil holder. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And here's my round cutting board I did. I sanded it down a little, and I think I wrapped some of this on there, and I think I'm gonna leave that on there and glue it down, and maybe put a little flower in there. I have some little lavender sprigs here, and I'll probably take a little sprig and put it in there. Okay, I've finished painting my little glass bottle here, and I'm going to put on this transfer. I bought these at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut out this little bingo card transfer. And I'm going to transfer it here onto the bottom. So just peel it off here. Stick it in the center where you want it. I just kind of eyeball it. And then just scratch it on with your fingernail or whatever you have handy. You can use the end of a scissors. I have a piece here somewhere that I use. That came with my, I can't think of what they're called, IOD transfers. That's right. Yeah. Then we're going to peel it off here. If I can get it. There we go. See, that didn't go all the way on, so I'm going to put it back there and rub down a little more. There we go. Alright, and then I think it's called burnish, you rub around a little bit. There you go. Looks like a piece came off right here, but that's okay. I might put glue a little button right there or something. All right. So I'm going to take my little hand sander here and kind of go over it a little bit, distress it. Here on the edges a little. I think I'll go over this a little bit too. There. Sand right here on the bottom. Kind of get the edges and corners where it would normally wear. Over time. All right. Now I'm going to take some wax. I have. Just some clear wax. I got it. I think I got this at Lowe's. I tore the paper off, so I don't remember what it's called, but you just kind of put on your wax, rub it on here all over real good. This just kind of holds that paint and everything on and makes it a little softer to the touch, because that chalk paint can be a little, I don't know, the texture can be rough. So I'm going to, whoops, take a rag, wipe the wax off. Or not off, but kind of rub it down a little where it's not so greasy. Alright, there you go. Turned out pretty cute. And you can take a flower or some greenery. I buy this greenery and some lavender, faux lavender at Walmart. You can just kind of put it in there like that, or however you want to. And I'll probably put something around the rim here to also, I'll show you when everything's finished. Alright, there's that. Alright everyone, here are my finished projects. I put some hydrangeas into this glass container with the glass beads I told you about earlier. I put that in there and made a little flower arrangement. This is a little clock I did a while back. I put some I painted it white, put transfers on it. And then there's my little vases I painted, or glass bottles. They were old glass bottles I painted and put some faux lavender and sprig into. And here's my little cutting board I did. Finished it. Put some faux lavender sprigs in it also. And this is the rolling pin. I just painted the ends. And the little ceramic jar container I painted. And I put some utensils in it. I think I might use it. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Everyone have a nice day. See you the next time.